started. Even if all of this was set in stone from the start. Even if all of this is what I wanted. Everything is still ahead.
Shut up and sit down.
Yo, what's good? It's a boy Dude Reviews and heavy spoilers for AOT episode 87 titled The Dawn of Humanity, You Have Been Warned. I love how the anime has this beautiful panning shot of the city in Mali. It's just so beautiful and colourful and makes you really want to go there and visit despite the racism. We have 3 different cuts of Mikasa and Eren. I love the fact that the anime only included Mikasa and Eren in those 3 shots, whereas in the manga we see a bit of Hanji and Armin. They really wanted to portray that this episode was mainly about them and their thoughts and feelings. We get an anime only scene of Eren running across a hill. It looks like this scene resembles the cover of the AOT manga. This episode adapted the first half of chapter 123 and all of chapter 130. We get a solo shot of Sasha Browse. I love how the anime does this, as this is one of many singular shots of Sasha versus in the manga where we see Sasha and other characters in the same shot. The anime acknowledging and showing respect to Sasha Browse. And the anime does it again as they have Sasha more in the middle versus in the manga where all the characters are sort of more or less facing a similar angle. Sasha's the only one facing forward, and you don't see Levi elbowing Sasha like he does in the manga. You see more of that beautiful Mali background designs behind Onyankopon versus the manga. Instead of having all the characters reacting to the car, we have different panning shots and cuts of the characters. The anime making Levi and Onyankopon looking like 2 70s cops from some cheesy 70s cop film. The anime not only made Mikasa's face look a lot more cute, but also we have a different angle view where she's walking towards Eren instead of looking back. The anime truly captures Eren's regret over what he's going to do to this continent. The anime capturing Levi's reaction to the clown approaching him. The clown looking like he could do a little bit of cardio in the anime. But man, the streak lines go insane in the anime. But I feel like this is probably the best example of using the streak lines to the best of its abilities. Mikasa's eyes looking a lot bigger in the anime makes her look even cuter. We don't see Armin in shot as Mikasa gives Eren the ice cream. The anime not really showing too much of the pair as the panel wouldn't have fit properly in the anime format. I much prefer the shot of the civilians looking and glaring down at Ramsey. Just the angle and perspective makes you really see how vulnerable this little boy is, and I love the expression on his face in the anime. Just shows you how terrified and unwanted he feels in this moment. I love how we got extra scenes of the characters running versus this really sketchy looking panel from the manga. Instead of the 1 panel shot we got of the characters taking a breather, we get 3 different cuts. Ramsey looking adorable as ever, although he does look a little bit older in the anime versus the manga design. You can really feel the shock, sadness and rage as Eren is looking at Ramsey in the anime. I love how the anime added in the guards guarding the Kiyomi household, and I love how the anime made the building so much more majestic and grand. Connie is actually standing in the anime, but in the manga he's sitting next to Sasha, but in the anime Sasha is sitting next to Mikasa, and you do see Eren standing in the background in the anime. I love how the anime used the wide shot of Mikasa looking around trying to find her boy Eren. It just makes you realize how big this house is and spacious and pretty damn well off Madame Kiyomi is. Or is she? I love how the anime had Eren standing right in the middle of the frame, showing you how damn lonely and isolated he feels because of his future memories. The anime better enhanced Mikasa's expressions than the manga. I love how the anime added in Mikasa in this shot of Eren saying, "Not yet." Although they did change the dialogue to "nothing yet." We get some extra scenes of Ramsey's people. It just makes you even more sad and depressed, as if Eren is going to wreak havoc on Mali, are these people also going to suffer as well? Damn son. While I did love the shot in the manga of Eren looking at Mikasa, I do like the anime version with the lights in the background glowing, and the MAPPA flipped the positioning of Mikasa and Eren as well. You really do feel more of Eren's emotions in this shot in the anime, although the manga did a pretty good job of him as well. I do like how they made his eyes a little bit bigger and adding those highlights, making him look pretty vulnerable and desperate to know Mikasa's answer. The way way the manga drew the drinks that the dude in the fez is offering Mikasa and Eren made them look like they're on bloody fire, mate, with that huge amount of smoke just coming from the cups, but the anime toned down on the smoke. I love how the anime makes Eren look a little bit more happy and excited to see this guy coming up to them versus the manga where he looks a little bit more stoic. Even Yuki Kaji's voice in this moment makes him look like he's pretty much ready to let his hair down for a bit.
なり20
We get a wide shot of Armin, Jean, Connie and Sasha versus this close-up shot of the manga of them shouting at him. You see some ruined buildings behind them. I wonder what happened. You see Mikasa and a little bit of the dude in the fez in the anime. Again, the anime don't make Eren look as dead on the inside as he does in the manga. The anime shows a little bit more food spread out on the floor. I actually kind of like this little detail because it shows you that even though these guys are strangers, they're willing to offer their own food that they probably worked really hard for. And what do these guys get in return but the full-on rumble? See a few more blushies on Eren in the anime versus the manga. You have different cuts of the scouts drinking the mysterious drink in the anime, but in the manga it's just all in one panel. I also love the expression that Mikasa and Armin give in the anime. I also love the look Eren gives Mikasa and Armin, truly capturing how damn happy this boy is in this moment. This shot is actually flipped around because Levi, Hanji and Yokopon are walking in front of Sasha in the manga, but in the anime they're actually walking more towards Eren, so they just sort of repositioned the entire camp set. Damn, it looks bloody identical. Well done MAPPA, well done. I feel like MAPPA put less emphasis on this dude's hair and more on his nose in the anime. I did prefer Mikasa and Armin's more startled expression to this guy's announcement that the Island Devils are the true enemy to the world, and we don't see too much of the rage and fury from the crowd in the anime versus the manga, and we have two different cuts of the gang reacting to Eren's letters in the anime. You have the three pigs looking more towards the person looking at them, possibly Ymir in the anime. I do love the detail on the hay and even on the pigs. Damn son, did MAPPA have to go this far and beyond with the face of Grisha Jaeger? Yes they did, and I am pleased. Just the lighting, the shading and the composition just look absolutely beautiful in this shot. But unfortunately we don't actually get this shard fragment sequence of Eren kissing Historia. We just get different flashback scenes, but oh well, I guess they wanted to save some budget. You get a close-up shot of Flock looking at Yelena and Eren, and then it cuts to this wide shot of his legs. MAPPA flipped this scene around of Flock and Eren, so instead of seeing Flock's expression, you just see Eren's. And we have a back view of his head instead of this front view shot of him. I did prefer the manga because you do see more of his emotion in that shot, but with this side view in the anime you don't actually get to witness it. Damn son, I don't know about you mate, but this shot of Eren and Historia looking up at the sky looks awfully romantic with just the pink sky and the birds flying in the sky. I'm not a shipper, but I'd ship them. This beautiful wide shot of Historia's farm looks absolutely detailed. Look at the trees, look at the sky mate. And the colors. We get a wide shot of Historia looking at Eren, but in the manga it's just a close-up shot of her face. I think Eren was a little bit more rageful in the manga, but I guess they wanted to save that expression for this scene of him looking at Flock. I don't know about you mate, but both shots look bloody brilliant. While I do prefer the glare that he gives Flock in the manga, the shadow and the lighting in the anime and the fact that it's more of a front view shot makes this look even more unsettling, and he looks pretty terrifying as well. They captured Flock's expression in the anime pretty well, with just a slight hint of his eyebrows just going up as he's looking at Eren. The anime included Eren as Historia is talking to him about being wrong about his rumble. It truly captured her concern in the anime a lot better than the manga. You see more of Eren's face in this shot in the anime. While the manga shows Eren looking pretty much unfazed by what Historia is telling him, the anime makes him look a lot more remorseful. We have this beautiful shot of both Eren and Historia and the farm in the anime. Wow, this shot of Historia's reaction to Eren, the sweat dripping down her face, the concern, the art just looks phenomenal in this shot. And in this shot as well, it looks even better with her full front face just tearing up at Eren. Again, the manga makes Eren look sort of dead on the inside, but at least the anime gave him a little bit more emotion. The way he looks at Historia makes him feel quite bad for upsetting her. You get a close-up shot of her eyes in the anime, but in the manga it's more of her face. The tears are a lot more visible in the anime as well. The anime actually shows Zeke throwing the ball towards a wall, but the manga illustrates him just sort of throwing it up and down in his hand. I love the little smirk Zeke gives Eren in this shot in the anime. He does that in the manga, but it's not as clear. A slight dialogue change by Zeke. He says, snap a Titan's neck for you, but in the anime it's rip apart Titans. The dialogue just makes Mikasa sound a lot more violent. I love the close-up shot of Eren gritting his teeth in pain in the anime, and we get 3 different cuts of him trying to slice his leg off. We don't actually get to see the full shot of Eren stabbing his eye with that bullet in the anime. I guess MAPPA thought this scene was a little bit too gory, but I do love the hesitation Eren gives in the anime just before he does it. We see a few more characters in the background in the anime of the scouts from season 3. The anime perfectly captured the energy from the manga of the guy just sort of commanding the troops to fire bombs at the Titans. We get a few extra shots of the Colossal Titans doing breaststrokes. You get this infamous shot of this Colossal Titan swimming underneath the ship, although the shadow is a little bit smaller than the ship, but the gore went over 9,000 in this shot of the poor Malian troops being burnt to a crisp. You see some shots of the Colossal Titans rising from the ocean. You actually get more detail on these Titans in the anime than you did in the manga. Dude, I don't know about you, but Eren's founding Titan looks a lot bigger, larger, and just more demonic with the camera just panning up. You see more of Eren's skeleton design in the anime of him looming at the Malis. I feel like the manga makes Eren look more demonic in this manga panel, but I do love how they enhanced this close-up shot of his founding Titan face. I love the addition of the glowing green eyes. I thought they'd be white. The anime went to town making these poor soldiers look even more frightened than they did in the manga. You get a close-up shot of Dina taking a bite out of Carla. They made her look even more terrifying in this shot in the anime. Wow, I didn't think the anime would capture this shot of Eren's distraught face. Both shots here are perfect, but there's more energy in the anime. You feel like it's actually moving even though it's a still frame. And the last panel of chapter 130 is this high angle shot of all the Colossal Titans and Eren's founding Titan. There's more opacity on the smoke blowing in the wind in the anime than the manga, but overall this was a phenomenal episode. If you want to see my full review breakdown, then check it, link in the description. But I had a ball with this episode. It was beautifully adapted. It was far superior than the manga. It just enhanced it in every way possible. But tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of the changes from manga to anime. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think of the episode? And which do you prefer, manga or anime? Tell me. Like, share this video, subscribe for more Attack on Titan reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, Avoided Reviews signing out.